Welcome to the PlaySlotsForRealMoney.com podcast. I am Brian here with Alexander. This week has been nothing's really been going on with the SERPs. Have you seen anything?
Yeah, again, with me, like as always, I'm not really seeing much, I'd say, on Canada at all
Mm,
in terms of changes. Although I'm seeing positive volatility on the Nigerian side. I can't really even say that it's volatility because volatility implies that it goes either way, back and forth. For me, it's been exclusively positive lately. Um, Initially, I've attributed that to maybe the recent uh, update rollout, which has completed. I mean, now I'm starting to think maybe it's not only that because you also have like the start of like soccer season ahead of us.
yeah.
And since my Nigerian website is focused on sports and in Nigeria, soccer is like super popular. So I'm also attributing uh, part of that uplift in terms of clicks to that because the pages that people go on, the pages that people land are actually a lot of football related pages and like tips, betting, as in like predictions and stuff like that. Um, Seeing a lot of traffic go to those pages, which actually leads me to the next thing I thought might be cool to talk about today is analyzing what actually people do on your website. Um, how have you, or I mean, have you at all uh, done any analysis on that front? And if so, what tools did you use and how did you go about that?
I did not do any analysis on that. I could tell from the page they don't spend too much time with the content just based on how long they're on the page for, just using Google Analytics. Um, I don't know if you consider Google Analytics a tool. I know there are other ones out there.
Yeah, in a way, it is, of course.
Um, they don't. I mean, they usually click through the casino
Hmm.
unless it's like a blog post where it has a lot of information. I don't get that many blog posts. I could just get most of the people come in on a term, and then they just within 30 seconds to a minute they're off onto a casino.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what you want, especially with like casino-centric pages. You don't really want people to stick around for too long. You want them to hop on the page, find what they want, click the whatever link there is, like it's a call to action button or a screenshot or anything, and then you want them to be away. Um, because at the early stages of what I was doing, I've messed around with Hotjar.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, and it helped me a lot to understand what people do, and particularly the things that were quite successful in delivering results were their heat maps,
Mm.
where I found out that people are like clicking or rather tapping on things that aren't clickable or tappable, which which was an interesting insight. So let's say I had a lot of sessions recorded where somebody lands on a page, they scroll through. It was like a bookmaker review page. So they scroll through a certain part, and then they find a screenshot of like a part of the website, and they start tapping on it. Nothing happens. They tap on the next one. Nothing happens. They scroll down and they tap on some more screenshots, and then they just leave. So
Really?
yeah. And, well, I mean, I simply just put links onto those screenshots.
I was just
Now,
that. Yeah.
yeah, now that did not give me an uplift. Well, interesting enough, that gave me a very small uplift in registrations. I mean, all of those clicks obviously registered in the affiliate panel, so I've seen like a surge in clicks, but I mean, the uplift in registrations wasn't that significant, so I I still didn't get to the bottom of it. What was the driver behind that? But it was a good insight that to show me that what I believe is obvious is not necessarily obvious, and a couple of other optimization bits I've made based on my observations from Hotjar. So I've just this week I've decided to install it again after I think almost 5 years. So I have a dump of recordings right now. I think around 500 recordings of sessions,
Wow.
but I haven't gone through them. And the reason why I've asked this is partially just to see if you've ever used it and if you have any tips to me or to anyone else how to get best out of it, and also because I can't get the heat maps to work anymore, so it's quite a shame that I can't. So I was wondering if you ever used them, but I guess you haven't.
No, I haven't used it. I mean, that is something that is very interesting that I do plan to use in the future. Um, but up to this date, I have not. I've always assumed, based on that they stay on the page for just that small amount of time. I'm assuming they go to the casino because I could see how many people click on the casino. The impressions, registrations, first time depositors. Um, I guess I shouldn't really be assuming that they could be clicking on things that aren't clickable, like you said. I mean, that's a really good point, and who knows what they are actually doing. Um,
Yeah, so you could also see that from the recordings, but you'd actually have to watch every single recording. While their heat maps, they actually used to show like the places where people spend most time, and like in some of the cases, like even the structure of the pages, like the review pages that I have, is in part informed by that. So I kind of tried to see where do they stay the most. Obviously, the top of the page,
yeah.
but not only. So they're kind of if they're a mobile user, which like I think over 80% of them are. So they some of them look at the top of the page and they do this like lazy swipe up,
Hmm.
and then the page rolls and stops at a certain point. So you'd also want to place some strategic things onto that part where they land after they do this one long scroll down.
Hmm. Have you added call to actions? I mean, have you?
Yeah, yeah. So I've put like on the review pages that I have, if you take them, well, depending on the size of the screen, but on most average screens, if you take the page and you do one scroll down and the page scrolls and stops, then you usually land either on the registration section or the welcome offer section,
Okay.
and both of them have a call to action.
Very nice. Now, is this only for WordPress sites or is it for any regular HTML
You,
site?
you can integrate it anywhere. I mean, with WordPress, obviously, it's easy to do because they have a plugin. But ultimately, you kind of add a tracking code similar like how you do with Google Analytics. So the process is pretty similar, like adding Google Analytics integration into any website.
Okay. Now, how much is this?
It's pretty affordable. I think like the subscription is, and I'm not affiliated with them or anything, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's like $30, I think.
Oh, really?
But yeah, but you can get like 2 weeks for free without even like having to enter a credit card or anything, and like you have access to everything within those 2 weeks. Even right now, I've signed into my old account and I have this like 2 week trial again, so I've just enabled it, and I'm getting all those. Like I'm getting a complete dump of recordings, over 500, 400 right now, and I mean over the next 2 weeks I'll probably get several thousand more, which will take me a lot of time to analyze. So yeah, I mean, and they also have some other tools, new ones that I haven't aren't I'm not too familiar with, but you can like set up certain rules to find users that follow the given path. So landed somewhere, did something, clicked something, and then those get funneled into like a section of recordings that you can review.
Hmm. So it's only $30 a month?
Yeah,
Oh, it's not bad. It's not
it's a
bad at
30
all.
30 something. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that sounds definitely good. Um, so what else has been going on over there?
Mm, I mean, I've actually doubled down on creating content for the Canadian website.
Okay.
because I haven't. I got myself like an Ahrefs subscription and did some proper keyword strategy research, and so I've created a lot of content, and I'm kind of slowly publishing it to cater to the starting season and to see how that works because I haven't really ever done a lot of it in a sense. Like I've always focused on evergreen content.
Hmm.
I uh, I didn't see much value in doing seasonal content. Maybe because I didn't see the value in it versus the evergreen content that I could produce. But I just want to give it a go. So I've created a lot of seasonal content for like the upcoming tournaments, the upcoming sporting events, like the big ones, where to watch him, like again predictions, whatnot, and I have like a few ideas of similar widgets for the Canadian website, like I have with the with, like I have with Nigeria with the odds comparison widget. With Canada, I have an idea for these like prediction widgets because based on the keyword research, uh, NFL predictions something something, NBA predictions something something, MLB predictions something something. So those seem to be a very well, obviously very popular, and I've checked kind of the competition on it, and in most cases, the content that gets served on the first page for these terms is not really that useful. I can't imagine people making a lot of use for it because those are like static pages with like posts and texts on them. And if you create something that actually really kind of hits the sweet spot in terms of what it serves, which is like actual prediction based on some calculations, then and you get the chance to surface this somewhere, then you get a lot of engagement from people. So you're definitely going to be the last click on the search. So I'm kind of thinking about that in the back of my head. I have some ideas on where I will source the stats and some ideas with like ChatGPT for it to create like a very basic kind of very basic script to derive certain probability predictions from the stats and standings in the season.
It's great. I remember with my sports site, I was ranking for a lot of predictions. They never converted well.
Hmm.
They never really turned into first-time depositors. Um, I always found that casino was a lot more. Um, I mean, maybe I was doing different terms, but it converted a lot better, and it was just people were depositing a lot more. Although
That's true.
sports, yeah, although sports is good, sports is great. I mean, I still have a site where I do sports, but I really don't focus on that one.
Yeah, I can get it. I mean, and just flat out casino is it's more profitable.
Yeah,
You get way less negative commission on casinos because you can't really be you can't like beat the system if you're playing a casino.
no, in sports you
In
end up in the red. Really,
yeah, with sports, people, I mean, people just bet smart, and if they do, then yeah, you're always red. So yeah, with me, I don't pivot to casinos at the moment, but yeah, I mean, it's I can definitely see the difference there because if I get an occasional casino player from my affiliate links, because sometimes they just like look up the brand and they end up on my bookmaker review, but it's also a casino brand at the same time, so they still go through the link and register. I mean, they always deliver good good stats.
right.